great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley.
Who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, December the 29th, 2025. It's game week as Nebraska will face Utah in the Las Vegas Bowl coming up Wednesday, December 31st at 2:30 p.m. How you doing, Bock?
Oh, not too bad. Well rested. I hope everybody had a good Christmas break and ready to get back into a busy week. As you mentioned, our last game week of the year, last game week of the season. So, of course, a lot of different headlines and maybe a few things missing from this Nebraska-Utah game. But one way or the other, it's what we got. It's our last gift. We get it unwrapped before the new year.
Yeah, you're right about that, Bock. We're going to talk about that a little. We're going to talk about Utah today and tomorrow, mostly tomorrow, but you know, Bock, I wanted to go over some things. 22 years ago, Bock, today, I witnessed the birth of my first child. I named him Jeremiah after a famous linebacker who I love watching play. You got any idea who that linebacker is?
Jeremiah Trotter?
That's it, Bock. You're right, Bock. I've loved some Jeremiah Trotter when I watched him play for the Philadelphia Eagles. I just loved his style. I loved anything. But if I knew my son was going to be 6'3", 230 pounds, I would have put more pressure on him to be my NIL child.
Yeah. Especially if you knew the NIL portal.
I didn't know he was going to be that big. I didn't know NIL was going to pay this much. And I just makes you want to go back and change things, but you can't. So
I think with that. He's about as big or bigger than Jeremiah Trotter at this point.
Well, he's 6'3", 230. I had to ask his mom, was he mine? Because I don't think anybody in my family is that big. But her father was 6'4", 6'5". So he got that size of the family trait, but he got my pretty looks, my famous smile.
Oh, he did? Okay.
And everything like that. All right, Buck. If you're out of work today or don't have anything to do, Buck, go down to the Devaney Center and watch the Lady Huskers play USC today at 2:30.
Pinnacle Bank Arena, right?
Pinnacle Bank. Yeah, Pinnacle Bank. My bad. I don't know what I'm talking about. What's it called? Oh, long
been a few years since the Devaney Center.
Yeah, long. Nebraska takes on number 17 USC without their star, and Nebraska's number 20. They will also take on number 14, Iowa, Thursday, January 1st.
Yeah, they've got an interesting week ahead of them. Of course, like you were saying, Nebraska at this point, it's been the dream season, right? They haven't lost as of yet, both on the men's and women's side, but the tests get a little bit bigger this week, and USC comes in here at 9-3, but well tested against top 25 opponents. I believe I was trying to do the math earlier. I think they're 2-3 this year so far against top 25 opponents, and again, similar to the men. With the women, you have to, again, realize, okay, Nebraska's got a number in front of their name. So they are indeed a part of that. Interesting, certainly the time of day to be playing the game. Maybe that could kind of throw USC off a little bit as they travel here to Nebraska. Nebraska should feel a little bit better staying at home. But certainly an interesting matchup. Like you said, no Juju Watkins. So kind of the national story, nationally known name. Not part of that team, but still a pretty good team that they've put together. Jazzy Davidson, 16.8 points per game. If you're going to the game, you're going to have to look out for her and kind of what she brings to the table for the Trojans as she kind of leads them in here. But should be, as we can hope here and we can track throughout the day as they tip off here in about an hour to kind of see how it goes. Nebraska could be moving up the rankings. Certainly if you split against USC and Iowa, that would give you a good indication. I think you would probably move up in the rankings there. A reminder that with Nebraska men's basketball, of course, we've seen them play top 25 opponents, and one was an exhibition against BYU. Unfortunately, it doesn't count, but in the back of our minds, you can kind of say that. And then, of course, for the men as well, going on the road and beating Illinois. For the women, this is their first top 25 matchup. So they've done a good job kind of setting things up, getting to where they are here now. I mean, obviously going undefeated through non-con play and already has a win over Penn State in Big Ten play, but it's only Big Ten from here. And there'll be several ranked teams along the way in the Big Ten, which is well represented. So you look at Nebraska today, USC, you mentioned Iowa will be the next opponent. That will be a road game on Thursday. So it's kind of, if you're a Nebraska basketball fan, Monday and Thursday is the women, and then Tuesday and Friday will be the men playing.
Bock, have you seen the young lady from Iowa State play?
I have not watched too much of her. I've seen her far as I've seen a lot of highlights and stats because she puts up quite a bit.
She's killing them.
Yeah.
She's killing them. All right, Bock, the 13th ranked men's basketball team will play New Hampshire tomorrow at 8 p.m. And then the big one against Michigan State, number 9 Michigan State, this Friday, January 2nd. We win that game, Bock, I think we jump into the top 10.
Yeah, I think we certainly should at that point.
We could jump into the top 10 this week. It depends. I know a couple of teams lost. I can't figure out who, but I've seen some top 10 teams drop this weekend, over the last week or so. So we have to check on that when the rankings come out later on.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think Nebraska will probably stay ranked 13th. If you look at the coaches poll, there wasn't much movement there. Nebraska did stay ranked 13th there. Still waiting for the AP poll, but I think Duke and Purdue kind of swapped spots there to Duke enter the top 5 in the coaches poll. Louisville moved up one spot. St. John's entered the conversation in the top 25, but other than that, just not a whole lot of games. A lot of these. Remember, this is still college. After all, a lot of these teams and these colleges were on Christmas break.
Yeah, it was been a slow week. Bock, did you watch it in the NFL yesterday? Good games.
Yeah, there were some good games.
I think the best game I watched yesterday was probably Chicago and 49ers. That was a great game. That was a great game. And I'm happy to see a team like Chicago who's been down for years, couldn't get it together, but now look at them. I think they're number 1. They won the NFC. What is that? North, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see. Of course, they come up short the other night as Brock Purdy was leading the 49ers with the 5 touchdown passes, I believe is what Brock, or 3 touchdown passes, for Brock Purdy through the air, but 2 on the ground as well. So 5 total touchdowns for Brock Purdy as part of that win. And it's fun, as these weeks kind of come down to it. There's a lot of teams, unfortunately, My Cardinals haven't been playing for much as of late. Your Falcons tonight get a matchup against the Rams, and again, just nothing that really would rattle the Falcons season at this point if they can win one. But it's good to see kind of playoff teams trying to get some momentum headed in there. I mean, the Eagles, Bills, another really good game yesterday between two teams that are now 11-5, as the Eagles were able to find the win there, 13-12, 12 points in the fourth quarter for the Bills to try to make a game of that. So, I think that was intriguing. Then you look at next week, of course, you kind of get down to it. You've basically got two games with playoff stakes on the line. Seattle Seahawks will visit the San Francisco 49ers at 8 next week. The winner of that will likely have the number one seed in the NFC West title. So that's one interesting one. But more importantly, the Ravens and the Steelers will play for a playoff spot in the line, as well as the Panthers and the Bucks. So we get a little bit of play-in games for our playoffs this year in the NFL next week.
But when we talk about the NFC West, got to be the best conference in NFL football when we talk about it. You look at the Seahawks, who are 13-3. You look at the 49ers, who are 12-4. Then you look at the LA Rams, who's also 11-4. They play tonight, should be victorious against the Falcons. But then you look at the last team in the NFC West, the lonely Arizona Cardinals.
Hey.
3-13, Bob. You should be ashamed of yourself to be a fan of those guys, Bob.
Well, hey, you just said it's the best. It's the best division there in football, and it's much like college football, right? You cheer for the conference. The conference brings you up. It's only because of how hard the NFC West is that the Cardinals are so bad. No, I wish that were the case. But
yeah, but because you got that's only 6 games out of the 13 you lost, Bob. So it's seven more teams outside of the NFC West done beat you.
Well, I'm glad again. It's a weird position. A lot of people would argue against me. The Cardinals have now lost 8 in a row, and I've pretty much been cheering against them all along for better draft position. They've been well out of the playoff race for quite some time. But some teams, that was a part of it yesterday too. I mean, there's teams that maybe got some wins there that is going to hurt their draft stock, not necessarily help their season. It's part of the weird end of the year. The Cardinals did drop to the Bengals 37-14, but the Browns specifically getting a win, getting to their 4th one of the season behind Shedeur Sanders, mind you, over the Steelers 13-6. And so, although the motivation to win that game might be a little bit behind them, these teams are still competing. There's still guys out there playing for roster spots, playing for their future in free agency and contracts and all of that. So can't quite give up on the season yet, but I always do find it interesting when you see at this point in the season a playoff team lose to a team at the bottom of the league just because of what's at stake.
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders, he's having a okay year. I mean, he don't have the best stats because he was 17 for 23 for 186 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Still, you upset a Steelers team who probably could have clinched the playoff berth with that win, but now they have to wait to week 18 till when they go play the Ravens.
Yeah, and I mean, how did you take in this NFL week? And it's kind of interesting. You get the obviously the time off with Christmas. There were some Christmas Day games there. You got the bowl games going on. So it's just kind of scattered. It's hard to tell. It's like I keep saying it, today is technically, if I got to double check the calendar, is a Monday, but it's hard to tell. These few days, even after Christmas, going into New Year's, are especially days where people have a hard time keeping track.
Yeah, Buck, I've been lost in time. I had too many days off. I went to clean yesterday up in Omaha. I came outside. It was blistering cold, wind blowing, snow everywhere. It was, the 60 degrees was great the last 2 days, but Mother Nature shouldn't play with us like that. No, we got some good weather coming up the rest of the time to about the 10th or 11th as far as the weather shows me on my weather app. But, just to have this great weather and not to be snowed in is a great feeling. Now, we're going to talk about 26 when we come back, Bach. But, we're just going to finish this out. When I was talking about the Steelers, I think down there, Washington, the big guy got hurt, the big tight end. He got hurt.
Yeah.
So, other games we talk about the AFC, Bach, when we talk about those teams and the standings, man. You got to talk about the Patriots. You got to talk about how the Patriots turned it around. A lot of people try to talk that they haven't played but 2 500 teams, a couple of 500 teams and below. But, to turn that around and go 13-3, Bach, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it certainly is. And it's interesting, too. Obviously, there's the whole, you're past the era of, Belichick or Brady and all that sort of stuff. And so just a lot of people thought it would, it'd take some time to kind of rebuild that. I think this kind of, goes back to, I don't know why their active head coach now was kind of sitting on the sidelines for as long as he was in Mike Vrabel. But, to be able to turn that around in 1 year is incredible. Obviously, what the Broncos are doing, hiring their head coach, John Payton, a few years ago, and now, kind of getting moved there. I think they're tied right now for the top of the AFC. But it's just interesting, in several different facets. If we stay in the AFC side of things, but if you include the NFC as well, some of the top teams that you kind of expected coming into the year are less at play, right? For the playoffs. Generally, we've been talking about Patrick Mahomes has gotten in the way of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, of course, over the years of advancing to the title game. Well, you look at the top 3 seeds, and it's the Broncos and Patriots and Jaguars. Ravens might not get in. They're gonna have an opportunity against the Steelers. They started off the season poorly. We're able to kind of bounce back with Lamar Jackson coming back. Now they're having that opportunity against the Steelers again, thanks to the Steelers' loss this past weekend against the Browns. But you just look at the teams that are involved there. Of course, the Bills will be in the playoffs, so maybe this is Josh Allen's year to overcome all that. But there's a pretty good chance. And then if you kind of flip to the NFC side, of course, the Eagles are there. But Seahawks, Bears being some of the better teams in the conference. It's just kind of new blood in the NFL this year, and I think it's kind of welcome. It's great to kind of have your yearly teams that are competing at the top and kind of have these longer term stories that kind of build over the years. And I love that. I think that's better for the sport. But every once in a while, you need a little bit of a refreshing. And every year, we've obviously got teams going from worst to first in their division. But it is kind of maybe a little bit of a changing the guard. We're going to have to see what happens to Kansas City. And certainly the Eagles still at play for the Super Bowl. They could spoil all this changing of the guard talk and just go get one themselves.
Crowbait came at me. He said he's not even having a okay year, Black Shirt. Come on. Just to win it, Cleveland's playing spoiler now. They're going to spoil somebody's season, whoever they play. I'm not saying Shedeur is great. He's on a terrible team. That whole organization is terrible. So, it's not like they was going to win 10 games. From where he came from to what he's doing now, I think it's a better situation than what people thought at the beginning. But it turned out, you still have to fight off with Deshaun Watson next year, but he's probably still going to end up number 2 quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see. They're going to have to do kind of break that down in how they look at it. He's already been sacked 17 times. Dylan Gabriel was sacked 19 times in the 10 games that he played. So that's not necessarily helping out. 7 touchdowns, 10 picks. Obviously could do better than that is his quarterback rating. But again, you have to remember as well, along all this, he is a rookie, and he's kind of taking it in. And so this was kind of their time period to test him so far. And I think you've had some decently positive returns so far in what Shedeur has started. Was he 2-4 as a starter? Again, could be better. But you're talking about a team that altogether is 4-12. Not all wins are on the quarterback. Not all losses are on the quarterback, certainly as well. But to get that win against Pittsburgh, now you're going to have this opportunity against Cincinnati to close out the year. A game where, again, you're kind of just fighting for NFL draft position, but to close out the season, I would deem it a success. Not overly he's not going to win Rookie of the Year or anything like that, but considering where this year started, just to get an opportunity. Remember, that was the question we were all having, and they had 4 or 5, seemed like they had 18 quarterbacks in the room, and it's like, okay, is Shedeur even going to get a look this year? How are they going to divide this thing? And it went about as much as I projected, which was Flacco would start, they'd give up on him, give Gabriel a shot, and now they're on to Sanders, and so they're gonna have to make their evaluation with him moving forward and see where that lands. Again, Gabriel started 10 games, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks. So he was considerably less turnover prone, but wasn't winning games either. So it's tough to say where they're going to land there, especially like you said, if they do decide that Deshaun Watson is their starting quarterback coming back.
You know who I feel bad for, Buck?
Who's that?
I can't say his name out loud. Austin.
yeah, I know.
He was around here running around with the coach shirts on.
Oh, new gear, yeah.
7-1. Now look at him. You're 8-8. You're not even in the playoffs. Get out of here.
Eliminated, yes.
Yeah,
they're not going to make it.
Burn your stuff.
Well, what are they are on was that 6-game losing streak at this point? 7 out of 8.
Yeah, lost six straight games.
Tough stuff.
About worse than the Raiders, but we'll talk more football when we come back here on Bock the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer,
Infrastructure,
Bauer,
Underground,
Barat,
Excavating.
More Bock the Blackshirt when we come right back.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I Parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I Parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
It's that time of year when one episode turns into just one more season, when dessert turns into dinner, and time doesn't exist until the clock strikes midnight. Wait, what time is it? It's time to finish strong. At Planet Fitness, we're not waiting for the new year to give it everything we've got. Enjoy 24-hour access at most clubs when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Deal ends December 31st. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Medical Imaging Surgery Center, located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bock, I didn't like that face you just made, Bock. I think something's wrong going on. But Bock, I have what I have in front of me right now is let me get to it. I have the bowl records so far. These are the conference bowl records through Sunday. Big 10, 5-0.
Woo!
Big 12, 2-0. AAC, 4-3. ACC, 4-4. Conference USA, 3-3. The MAC, 2-3. SEC, 2-4. Sun Belt, 2-4. Mountain West, 2-5. Pac-10, 1-0. Only one bowl game. Independent, 0-1. Only one bowl game. College playoffs records, football playoffs records. ACC, Big 10, 1-0. SEC, 2-2. ACC, 0-1. And the Sun Belt, 0-1. But I have a problem with some of these games we be watching. Some of these teams go up 20-0. You be like, okay, we're coasting. That's it. Easy game. You turn it back on, it's 49-40.
That's right.
Like, what is going on with these teams, Bock?
Yeah, it was interesting, especially that North Texas San Diego State game that I think you were referencing there, especially with San Diego State. Obviously, they relied on their defense all year long. That's why Nebraska decided to go and get Rob Arch, their defensive coordinator there. And I know North Texas is a good opponent, but it was weird to kind of go through that and think, is this good or does this mean good or bad for Nebraska and hiring Rob Orich? Now, they did give up 38 points under Orich's watch against Hawaii, but for the most part, as you know, they've been pretty dominant. They have 3 shutouts this year, several times, I think like 7 games where they held the opponent to less than 10 points. So this was definitely an outlier, and maybe it's because Orich isn't in the building. Maybe that's why they gave up that many points there. But one way or another, it was definitely interesting to kind of take that game in. But yeah, I mean, I think bowl season has been wacky. I think part of it is, the Pop-Tarts Bowl and eating beans out of a trophy and all that sort of stuff. Mayonnaise dipped on coaches' heads and the like. But the bowl games specifically have been kind of interesting and tough to predict, tough to kind of see, how a lot of it would kind of play out. Because you have so many moving parts of who's sitting in, who's not, who's motivated, who wants to be there, all that sort of thing. And so we've just had some interesting results. I mean, East Carolina upending Pittsburgh. I think that was a surprise to many. You mentioned the SEC struggling. Houston beating LSU, Virginia beating Missouri has been interesting. Obviously, the BYU Georgia Tech game, the Pop-Tarts Bowl I mentioned was really good one, maybe the best so far of the bowl season. But how about Penn State beating Clemson too, 22-10? Definitely looked like they had something in them against Nebraska. We saw at the end of the year Penn State fighting to get into a bowl game, and after what was a disastrous midseason for Penn State, they finished with 3 wins. Of course, Nebraska being one of them. Michigan State actually 4 wins.
Who coached the game? Who coached their game? Did Terry Smith coach it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Buck, one game I wanted to talk about was the Cal game. Cal was up 21-0. Somehow, some way, they lost the game 31-35.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, it's not great defense when these teams are up 21 and you let them come all the way back. We talked about that with Georgia Tech. They was up pretty handily. I think I went with BYU for a reason because that team doesn't give up. And I was able to steal that victory away from some of you guys when I talk about that part, Bob.
Yeah, you were. As far as our challenge goes, unfortunately, things are going on right now. In fact, there is a bowl game currently on. I can tell you about it without having you worry about you switching to it because it's 6-6 Georgia Southern up on 5-7 App State in the Birmingham Bowl, 7-0 there in the first quarter. So if you're really desperate and want to watch some current football, I guess that would be available to you. But as we look at the records as they stand now, and I think everybody picked Georgia Southern for this past week since we made the picks, 7-4, Terrell. Text line 7-4. Kenny 7-4, and myself 5-6. I had a rough week. I was chasing some points there. I think I'm chasing myself right out of contention, perhaps.
Bach. I think you're done, Bach.
I was 5, so I'm 7 games back. Yeah, I'm getting to. We're going to get that little E next to my name.
Bach. Yeah,
it's going to get statistically eliminated.
You
soon.
and Kenny gets the E next to your name, so it's just me and the text line, and I look forward to the text line. I look forward to beating as many as you guys that probably give answers for it. I think old dad, whole bunch of guys who give it out, Bill and Bennett, Gus Mohawk, just to name some guys who helps gets the text line ready. We're tied up, all tied up. This late in the season,
so we're like start from scratch.
We're 113 games. Like we both won. If we're 7-4, so that's a lot of games to win. I'm very still in it. I thought I probably was worse than what I thought I was. I probably thought I was probably like you.
Yeah.
5 and what?
Yeah, you called me over the weekend. You're like, man, it's been a bloodbath. We're all doing terribly. And I said, yeah, I'm doing worse.
Yeah.
7-4 is not bad as you guys came out of it. Different wins for everybody making different picks. The text line had to bounce back. They picked against Northwestern and Minnesota, who got the wins early on in this cycle. So they were able to bounce back into it. But not so much for me. I was chasing some points here and there, and it caught up to me. So
did you see Army coach running? He was running for the Gatorade bath. He was
trying to get out of there.
He was running. Gus Monty G in Kansas says App State has a UNK Hall of Fame football player working in his athletic department. Crowbait said it wasn't even the Cheez-It Bowl, and the end of the Tart Bowl was still cheesy. I didn't watch that much bowl games. I'll just look at the scores on my phone. I think more when we get to it on a Wednesday, playoff game. I know the Huskers game. We're going to, Buck, I don't want to go there yet. When we talk about that San Diego State game, like you said earlier, does it make you have concern?
I don't think so, because again, Rob Orich wasn't even in the building, so it's tough to say. I'd have to look a little bit closer into it to see if some of their top players played.
Yeah.
Because they did have some standouts in the Mountain West this past year. Maybe not available for that game. I'm gonna have to go and double check that. It was certainly a shootout. Again, North Texas, one of the best group of 5 teams, so San Diego State wasn't necessarily favored in that. But I think it's too late, him not being in the building, all that sort of stuff. It's hard to really take away too much from it, but it is interesting again, because you could take it, both ways. Is one like, well, they only gave up 49 because he's not there anymore. Or you could look at the other way and say, well, that's his defense, pretty much the same thing going on just with him outside the building. And that's what they give up. So it is what it is. There's going to be days again when your offense is on, or it's kind of, a shootout. You don't want to have obviously too many of those if you're a defensive coordinator, but it happens. I think one game, especially a bowl game, where he wasn't there, isn't going to change too much of opinion about what he's able to do, especially with his limited sample size, right? I mean, he was only a defensive coordinator for 12 games this year. That's the sample size. That's what we get. So I can't add the 13th that he wasn't there.
Yeah. Bach, when I opened up my X the other day, it came up again. It showed AJ Ferrari. You see his changed his pick?
I did not see that yet.
On X. You wouldn't believe what it is.
Is it him doing the splits?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
We got to have AJ back on the show and get some update on him and see how things are going with him.
Yeah. And Husker Wrestling, obviously, things are moving along as far as that, one of the top programs in the nation. And he was a huge transfer portal get, if you look at it that way. Very exciting, very entertaining. And we'll see what like you said, kind of what becomes of the rest of the season there, because they've got some competition in the heavyweight division with him as well, even at Nebraska. But so they can pitch hit without him. But in any case, he's an exciting personality. I can't wait to see what he does post his career. But obviously, with his career at Nebraska, we got to take it all in for now.
All right, Bach. When we talk about the game coming up against Utah, I don't know how many players are going to be out for Utah because of the Kyle Whittingham. You know, most of us are going to play. They already named a new coach. But he decides to, for me, I think he already knew what he was doing. You know, when he talked about taking the Michigan job, I probably said that when he first stepped down. I said, hey, he might go to Michigan now.
Well, it's interesting just because of his age. It was kind of like, okay, this kind of might make sense as a retirement. As soon as he said, you know, it's not a retirement, I'm more kind of in the transfer portal. You know, that kind of raised my suspicions, and then the news kind of got out that the Michigan was in talks with him. Very interesting stuff. Obviously, breaking down right in front of Nebraska before the Utah game. He is 66 years old. Again, that's why a lot of people kind of thought when he stepped down at Utah that was going to be it for him. But it's kind of a interesting situation, of course, with the Utes. Remember, he did have a 5-7 season last year, and so that kind of got people kind of talking. Okay, or you know, is it time to kind of move off of Whittingham? Rebounded with a 10-2 win, but you've already got, of course, Morgan Scaley there, kind of in waiting, and how long is he going to be there in waiting? Is it would he, you know, if another job opens up, maybe, you know? So Utah was on their own, kind of trying to pick and choose, and certainly it's always weird when you have kind of a legend in the building, and you wonder how many more years are left there from him. I think this is interesting because I think Utah was kind of playing it early, maybe kind of forcing Whittingham out a little bit, or at least nudging him in that direction. And he lands one of the best jobs in college football. Obviously, Michigan's got their own kind of problems that they've had over the last several years, but a team that's not far removed from winning a national championship. Obviously, the all-time winningest team in college football as well. And I think his style fits really well. Going over to Michigan and playing in the Big Ten too, as we know, as we've all heard with Utah coming in, very run game sound, if you want to put it that way. So it's fascinating. And I was talking about this with Austin. I think they might have pulled off, other than Lane Kiffin, and maybe a lot, you could even argue with Lane Kiffin, the best hire of the offseason. And they're doing it this late into the season. Again, now you kind of start to question, okay, how long did they know about Sharon Moore? You know, what was their short list? Who they talking to all throughout it? Maybe this was a name that you just kind of, again, with the whole scenario we're talking about playing out in Utah, kind of sitting there was something that they considered for quite some time. Whittingham is, in my mind, a top 15 coach in college football, and I don't think there's a much argument there. At Utah, he's had, you know, several top 15 teams, a couple top 5 teams. So I'm excited to see what he can do at Michigan. I think that's huge for Michigan and the Big Ten to have their one of their power teams represented by such an esteemed coach. And for Utah, it's kind of a win-win for them as well as they move toward their next era, which they were kind of getting ready to do. Now, the question that you kind of have about players and motivation and all that, it will be Morgan Scalley's first game. It's not he's an interim coach. He will be the coach at Utah moving forward. So they're going to want to get off on the right foot. So I think there's still plenty of motivation for them. The one thing that they're going to have to kind of battle against is that they are 2 touchdown favorites in this game. And anytime that is the case, are you properly treating the opponent fairly and feeling like this is a game you have to go out there and win, as opposed to a game you have to go out there and not lose. So, I mean, I think that part could be intriguing, but for the most part, I think with Scalley taking over as not just their interim coach, but their full-time coach, there should be plenty of motivation for them to still win. As far as the opt-outs, you mentioned earlier, both their tackles are going to be out, as well as another player along their defensive line. All of them because they have first to second round draft grades. One of them, the Outland Trophy winner, in Spencer Fano. So these are big opt-outs. Nebraska's, of course, got a big opt-out of their own, and Emmett Johnson. So that's just all kind of the bowl season as it is here in 2025.
All right, Bach, we're going to go to break. But before we go to break, Bach, I'm going to give out a Bar 48 gift certificate because we're going to be leaving here early this week also.
Yep.
What happened December 29th, 1978? That's all, Bach. That's it, Bach. That's it. We'll wait for the text line when we come back. Whoever has the first answer when we come back for break, we'll name it. But what happened December 29th, 1978 in college football? More on Bock the Blackshirt when we come back.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers, starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Great. Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on from Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. Bock, how does it feel, Bock?
How does what feel?
To be the first person eliminated. You won what? 2 in a row? Or
2 out of the last 3. I
2 out of the last 3. So I think if I win, we'll be tied up.
We'll be tied, yeah. That's why I'm cheering for the Texans.
You're cheering for the. Oh
That's
my God!
right.
I was talking to the captain over the weekend, and he was like, "Well, who's winning the thing?" I said, "Well, I said at that time I was up by 1 or 2 games. I said me, but I said the text line is heavy. I said Bock is in it, Kenny's in it late, and he's talking about captain said I was telling him about the percentage thing." And he agreed with me. He said, but he also said that Bock should be eliminated, and Kenny should have took your turn because you was in last place when we started.
That could have been a way to go about it, but I mean, I'm glad that we fought through. I've at least maybe I've gone down kicking and screaming and maybe making some calls maybe I shouldn't have to try to get back into it and chase games. But that's part of it. And again, I'm the defending champion, so I still want my respect, but it's coming to an end. I understand. I think I'm not officially eliminated. I think there's like 16 more games.
You're not officially eliminated.
Officially eliminated.
We're not going to hit you with the E.
It's all but.
Yeah, we're not going to hit you with the E to probably Friday. So we're gonna give you a percentages doesn't matter, Thomas and Lincoln. You're not going to. I'm not worried about. It's me in the text line, Thomas. So you're part of the text line. Kenny's out of it. Box out of it. So it's just down to me in the text line.
But I'm still interested in the percentages, even though because I think you and Kenny are tied at that as well.
Oh, Bock, get out of here with all that, Bock. I don't want to hear all that. Bock, I asked the question, and it looks like 840-9079. I'm going to give it to you because you're the only one that said that. Now, he didn't retire. He got fired. What did he get fired for, Bob?
It is Woody Hayes getting fired for punching a Clemson player on the field.
Yeah, he was Woody Hayes punches Clemson nose guard Charlie Berman late in the fourth quarter of Clemson 17-15 victory in 1978 Gator Bowl. Hayes was dismissed by Ohio State the following morning, ending his 28-year career as Buckeyes coach.
Yeah,
almost was a big brawl.
It's a shame it had to end that way, especially, Woody Hayes, if you remember, obviously was kind of part of the 10 years war there with Michigan as well in the Big Ten. But just had a great run there at Ohio State. Obviously, you can't punch a player. It almost goes without being said. So you got to kind of move on after that. But still, an incredible run there at Ohio State, including 3 national championships, I believe, or a few national championships there for the Buckeyes throughout his tenure there. But yeah, it's as true in 1978 as it is today. If you put your hands on a player, that's going to be the end of it for you.
Yeah, 840-9079. Send us your name, and we'll have a gift card waiting for you here at the front desk of the ticket.
Yeah, I do want to say Bar 48 is Lincoln's newest craft cocktail lounge. It's conveniently located on North 48th Street. Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails, beer, wine, and so much more. Follow Bar 48 on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
All right, Bock. Now that we're done with that, I forgot where we was at. Where's my phone at? Okay, it's dead anyway. But
it's we're in Lincoln. I think it's Monday.
All right, Bock. As we get closer to 26, Bock, 25 it's been okay for us. I think we started our show probably 6 months ago, probably earlier than that. So we probably been doing Bock the Blackshirt probably 8 months.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy. I know it's things we could do better, but we're going to work on that during our 26 season coming up here. Not year 26, but, not our year 26 and doing our work, but, 2026.
Yeah.
We'll try to do things a little bit different. I think we got the concept that we want. I know there's always things we can do better, but right now I'm satisfied. I'll give us a B+, Bock.
Hey, that's higher than what you gave Dylan Raiola, so that's good.
Yeah. I'll give us a B+, and just thanks for sticking with me and being my right-hand man on the show.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Of course, like you said, the year kind of winding down. It's been a lot of fun. I have various different co-hosts over the years here at 93.7 The Ticket. And I can say you're right up there with the best and most fun of them, certainly to do a show with. So it's been fun. I can't wait to see. And you hit the hardest, by the way. But thankfully, you haven't hit me, so I appreciate that as well. I think as we transition and kind of move into it, it'll be fun because that's the off season. The off season in college football is kind of an interesting time in radio. A lot of speculation, a lot of moves, but less games to break down, of course. And so that will be kind of fun as we kind of probably come up with some, game shows or different type of things that we'll do from week to week and try to keep everybody entertained throughout the Nebraska football offseason. Though I will say again, too, there's hardly an offseason anymore, it seems like, with all the portal news and just different things going on. Hopefully realignment doesn't come back up, but I'm sure there will be plenty to talk about. And especially and hopefully, like I said, if Nebraska can beat Utah, can have some momentum going into the offseason. If Nebraska loses to Utah, I don't know if it's any worse of a spot. Obviously, if it's terrible looking, then it can be. But any worse of a spot than we were sitting in right now. But of course, you got plenty of months to sit on it. So Nebraska badly needs a little bit of hope, a little bit of excitement at the end of this season. We'll see if they can pull off the upset and get it done.
Yeah, Bock, a couple more days before the game come on. I'm very excited to see what Nebraska can do. I don't know what Utah's status is on how many players will sit out now that the coach has officially left. I have a sheet that has how many players from each team with the most transfers. We're gonna talk about that when we get back from the break. We're gonna talk transfer portal when we come back up next at the next segment. But Bock, I'm gonna leave on January 19th, and I'm gonna leave the show in good hands with you. So I'll be gone for a weekend starting January 19th. I'm going to visit my granddaughter and have me 6 days of fun.
Well, you might not be here then to celebrate. By that time, it might be because January 19th is a championship game.
That's all right.
So
I'm going to win it before the championship game.
Okay.
I'm going to clinch it probably next week.
That'll be the plan. If it comes down to that game and you're not here to accept your award, we might just have to give it to the text line.
No. You will not. You will not. I will let Kenny win it before that. I would never give him. You know what? I'll send you a picture with my belt on. I'll take a pre-picture with the belt on back there. And then I want you to play the Ric Flair theme song and have my picture up on the streamline when I come back.
Yeah, we can celebrate it that way.
All right, Bock the Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be back. Second hour of football talk coming up next.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers, starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
It's that time of year when one episode turns into just one more season, when dessert turns into dinner, and time doesn't exist until the clock strikes midnight. Wait, what time is it? It's time to finish strong. At Planet Fitness, we're not waiting for the new year to give it everything we've got. Enjoy 24-hour access at most clubs when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Deal ends December 31st. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. So check us out Buck. So if me and the text line be tied at the end of the playoffs, we have one game left, but we're tied. We'll have to do a sudden death. We'll have to pick points.
Yeah, I like that.
Or combine or point spread.
Yeah, for the championship game. I think that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something because I think right now we're probably gonna be in that predicament when we come up with it. All right, Bach, I got some stuff I want to talk about, and it was kind of crazy to me because whoever ranked these quarterbacks. No, I'm gonna start off right here. Whoever ranked these quarterbacks, this is your guy from On 3. Top 10 On 3 transfer portal quarterbacks. Number 1, Sam Levitt.
Fair enough.
Number 2, let me see, I can't see it. Drew Mestermaker.
Okay. From North Texas. He had 34 touchdowns and 9 picks this last
Number
year.
3, Baron Brown. Number 4, Josh Hoover. Number 5, Dylan Riola. This is where I get funky at, Bob. Number 6, Brandon Sorsby. Number 7, DJ Lagway. Number 8, Kenny Michi. Number 9, Rocco Bachette. Number 10, Alex Manchik. But there's no way you're going to tell me that Brandon Sorsby is the number 6 quarterback in the portal.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
To me, he's number 2.
Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, I put those two up there. Like you said, I mean, you Sam Levitt and Brendan Sorsby are kind of the top names that I would think. And Brendan Sorby's only got 1 year remaining. Remember, he kind of considered NFL draft options even after this season. So that's kind of interesting to kind of look at as well. But Levitt's, remember, got 2 years left. So it's kind of interesting to see a lot of these transfer portal comebacks or portal entries are 1 year rentals. Sorsby is going to have just 1 year left, obviously. Brown, who you mentioned, Byron Brown from South Florida, Josh Hoover, another name people might put up there in one of the top names in the transfer portal from TCU. So, a lot of it's kind of what are you looking for? You're looking for a 1 year. Rocco Beck, another name from Iowa State, obviously. The Dylan Riolas, the DJ Lagways, the CJ Baileys, even at North Carolina State. Maybe they're not as productive as some of those top 1 year rentals, but you'll get a couple of years out of them. So Sam Levitt's kind of the best of both worlds. That's why I think he's got to be probably the top name. And I think you said they had him as the top name there because he's both proven and has a few years left if he uses all his years of eligibility. But yeah, Sorsby to me, I mean, he's coming off a year of 27 touchdowns and 5 picks. So you rank it however you want. That's a pretty darn solid year, especially when you throw in the fact, as we know, he's a little fleet of foot. 9 extra touchdowns on the ground there. So you're talking about 36 touchdowns total to 5 picks. Ran for 580 yards additionally, so over 3,300 yards of offense. Again, so some of it's like, okay, where do they fall in your personal rankings, whatever. Those stats are hard to argue with.
Would you be okay with, I hear a lot of rumors saying Dylan Riola's not really made his mind up, but would you be willing to accept him coming back?
I think it's interesting. We've kind of seen that, and I guess I don't get an answer.
For me,
remember, he never has officially entered the portal. He can't do so until the second here. Yeah, Friday. But you still wouldn't be interested.
I don't think so. I think once you throw your name in there, you want a fresh start. You go get your fresh start. When you packed your things up, if you left town, if you're not with me at bowl practice, if you're not with your team, I probably don't want you back here.
Of course, Emmett Johnson, Keona Davis explored the transfer portal last year.
Emmett didn't stay in there probably 2 days.
Yeah.
He started to stay in there one day and he was right back. It's different because Emmett wasn't a starter. That's why I say it's different for Emmett, because he was trying to find what best situation for him. But little did we know he was going to be this great last year. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
We seen flashes of it, but we didn't know Emmett was going to come in this season and run for 1,400 yards. We didn't know that part.
No, we didn't. So that's all interesting. I mean, in my mind, I think that I think you can't let feelings get in the way. I mean, I would kind of treat him as a fresh new prospect, but he does also have the benefit, or maybe the hurt feelings, like you said, behind it. So you can't quite treat him like a fresh prospect, but I at least initially start that and look at, okay, where would he rank on our board? If we can't get this guy, would we move to this guy and that? But I mean, obviously there's all sorts of different reasons as to that we're not knowledgeable of. Of course, Dylan, kind of put out that thought that he wants to go somewhere that's going to best put him in a position to compete and all that sort of stuff. But if he came to the door, asked for more money, and you told him no, and now comes back because nobody else gave him more money, would you take him back or something like that? I mean, again, there's all these different scenarios that could be possibly playing out. I think I would treat him as kind of a fresh prospect, though. I do think that the team has decided, Matt Rule's already stated, and part of the hiring of Jeep Wade has indicated that they are looking for a little bit more mobility at quarterback. So he might not be as high on the board, especially with what they've kind of gone through with him over the last couple of years, as maybe they would have once had him. And I think that's kind of the case altogether with Dylan. A couple of years ago, he was expected to be, at this point in his career, about to pop off. He doesn't feel quite there. I mean, again, a solid year, nothing to kind of sneeze at, but a little bit further away from being like the next big thing in the transfer portal. And that's why you see these transfer quarterback rankings, despite the fact that he does have a few years left on his college eligibility, he's not going to be ranked number one in anybody's category. And more often than not, 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in that area. And that's before we see the portal. Now, I don't know. I mean, the transfer portal, again, it's been done different ways. So this is kind of the first wave that we're going to get on a January 2nd transfer portal. Is there going to be 10, 15 big time quarterback names entering on Friday, or did we kind of see the majority of the big names already enter? That will be interesting to kind of see. I mean, again, so it just kind of depends on, let me put it to you this way. If you can have Dylan Raiola or Aiden Childs next year, who are you taking?
Oh man, that's a hard one.
Because the reports are they're at least interested in Childs. So
okay, let's go back. Let's go to John in Southeast Lincoln. I want to read this one first before I answer that. He says, "Hey, Bock and Blackshirt, if you were TJ Lateef, how would you feel about Nebraska talking about bringing in another quarterback to start or compete for the starting job? It almost sounds like they don't think TJ is good enough to be the starter." John.
Yeah, I think you have to be willing to compete, and you have to understand where you are in the college football, kind of calendar of things, and where you kind of rank in your own system, right? I don't think that TJ Lateef, and I don't want to speak for him, but I don't think he's just a lifelong Husker one way or the other. I think he's partially looking at where he thinks that he can compete and play, just like many players in this current situation. Nebraska just doesn't have enough quarterbacks in the room. They're going to have to bring in guys regardless, just in his own mind, in case of injury or anything like that. But I get to the point of the question is trying to bring in somebody legitimate to compete with him. I mean, I think that's business. He has an opportunity, and he's had the opportunity. If every game that TJ Lateef came in and played looked like UCLA, and Nebraska's on a 3-game winning streak and going to a bigger bowl, and he's ready to start there, then you're not talking about bringing in somebody to compete. You have the next answer. What you've seen from TJ Lateef, and he has to be honest with himself, and it's fine. He's a true freshman, but it's been some ups and downs. How much of that is his fault? How much of it is the limited sample size? It is. I mean, especially with the injury you consider against Iowa, he was basically a pocket quarterback that takes away a lot of what he can do well. Throw up some 50-50 balls. You're seeing college wide receivers across the nation come down with more of them than what Nebraska seems to be coming down with. So, I mean, again, there's different talking points there. But if you're Lateef and you're shying down from any sort of competition at this point with what he has, and or more importantly, has not earned to this point, I think you're in the wrong profession because you're gonna, unless you are risen above and you are, it takes some work to become the clear cut starter. He has not done that at any position, let alone quarterback.
But I'm sorry I was laughing because if you look on the YouTube text line,
okay,
we have a guy named @Go Big Red Captain, and then we have a guy named @Vershawn Jackson who said, "Who is @Green Bay Captain?"
GBR Captain.
Yeah, GBR Captain. Oh, that was funny. That's why I was laughing because. Okay, let me get back. Here's the thing: what I feel about TJ Lateef. I feel that TJ Lateef is good enough to be a starter at the University of Nebraska, but I don't think he's ready yet. Not with 3 to 4 games up under his belt. When I talk about that, Bock, with a brutal schedule next year, you just don't want to have him there to say, we're just going to get better as he goes. I think we have to be competitive in every aspect of football next year to survive that brutal schedule. I would like to see three quarterbacks come in here and feel like they have a competition edge over everybody. I think everybody needs to be in competition mode. I think that this is one of the things that I think that Matt Rule hasn't done well is competition-wise with these guys within themselves. I think we've not given positions to somebody, but portal pickups been bad, Bock. Some been good, most of them been bad. When I look at the thing with TJ Lateef is if he can get a quarterback coach, if he can get a little faster, pick up some more speed, throw the ball a little bit more accurate, I think he can be that guy. But as right now, I think that when we talk about TJ Lateef, he still probably needs another year to me.
Yeah, and again, it's hard to say.
But you don't want to throw your season away trying to groom him.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm saying. Good question, though, John.
Yeah, and I think, too, it is just about where he is. Do you want, you're in year 4, pivotal year. You want to take that next step. Are we going to go through the growth pains of a sophomore quarterback? I think if he is able to win the job, I think that's fair. Otherwise, I don't think that's necessarily the route that you want to go, especially like you said, with that schedule in year 4 moving forward. We all know kind of the the expectation is going to be amped up and moved up. So yeah, I mean, you just can't shy away from competition at this level. I think they should bring in somebody part of it is huge. Is what does he look like against Utah in the bowl game? I know Utah isn't coming in at full strength, but if you get a win over a top 15 team and the quarterback's part of it, then there's going to be a lot of interest and intrigue and feelings going into the offseason. Okay, maybe this guy can take the next big step. But the other thing, as you pointed out, let's not go all in on another quarterback. I mean, that part of the Dylan Raiola experience was kind of the Adrian Martinez experience is come on in, even though you're a freshman, we'll grow with you and we'll kind of see how this looks. But I mean, the Dylan situation is the biggest reason maybe why you don't do that in the modern day. They grew with him as an underclassman. They gave everything to him as far as, kind of making decisions and being the face of the program and all that. And they may have come up a few wins short in the win category, but he's gone now. And so I just don't think you can do that. I don't think Nebraska's got to be in a position where the quarterback is not, just the face of the team or the whole kind of the team's kind of moving with whatever direction he's going in. Unless you get a quarterback that proves to be at that level. Like once you're an all-conference quarterback, sure. I mean, then it's hard to argue at that point. And hopefully at that time you'd have more off-conference players around you. But, there's a long way to go for that for TJ Lateef. I did want to say there's news coming out of the bowl practice here for Nebraska and Utah that the Deshaun Singleton will now be out of the bowl game due to injury, which is unfortunate. Of course, that will wrap up his Husker career. So you hate to see it. I had heard some talks earlier, especially on the drive. AD was talking about how, he had heard that Deshaun was down there, but not necessarily practicing. Well, now you kind of get the answer for that for Nebraska. So if you look at the bowl game depth chart, where they had Deshaun Singleton previously listed as the starting rover, Justin Rhett now might take over that spot. Of course, you got some different things that they might want to do. Caleb Binning, Marquise Buford, I've been playing safety throughout this year. Jameer Khan seemed to get in the game here and there. So, there's different ways to rotate this, but Justin Rhett had been getting a lot of talk as well, and maybe that was down to the fact that he was getting more reps, and now we know the reason why. Deshaun Singleton, once again, maybe Nebraska's best defensive player. I think this past year, you could probably say, now out of the bowl game. Remember, he chose to come back this year instead of going at it to go pro. So he finishes his Husker career, his final season, with 70 total tackles, a sack, 4 pass deflections. Of course, those 2 interceptions that he had earlier in the year as well.
Yeah, but I think when we look for the type of quarterback that we need for our system, perfect fit. Look behind you, Bob.
I saw it, yeah.
Perfect fit. Haynes King type of quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at that type of quarterback, Haynes King is fit well, throws well, great runner, just all out great quarterback when we talk about that part of him. I feel good with a Brandon Sorsby type quarterback. I know we don't have $4 million to probably throw at a guy for a 1-year rental, but if you look at a guy like Aiden Childs, he's probably on the same boat as Dylan, probably just a little bit on below deck part of it. But it's a lot, Bob. We need to get a quarterback, but just to push Latif to the point where he can probably take over the starting job.
Well, yeah, and again, you want it to be earned, not given, I guess is where you kind of get to at the end. I think at this point, if TJ Latif was just given the starting job, that's exactly what it would be. It's like, well, there's nobody else here. This was our plan, to bring him in as a freshman. The plan's somewhat strange, but he's the only guy left, and so give him the reins. It's not that they don't believe in him or don't, or fully believe him or anything like that. It's just that it has to be earned. And again, throughout his first couple games, I think you've had some good, some bad, but nothing that makes you go, that is for sure our starter. Now, outside the UCLA game where it looked pretty good, but again, that was with Emmett Johnson going off for 100 yards receiving and 100 yards rushing. That just hasn't happened, not just around here, but in college football the last couple of years. So that was kind of a rare example. Obviously, UCLA had their own fill-in staff, which to that point was doing really well as an interim staff. So, a lot of different ways to kind of look at that. But one way or the other, I think that's the biggest way to kind of look at it is TJ Latif has to earn the starting job, not have it be given to him. And if you don't bring in competition at this point, then he's not really earning it. It's just kind of being handed to him. And again, we've been through that at Nebraska where the job has been handed to players over the years, and it hasn't led us down the right cycle. And I don't think it's the way to go. I still think if I'm Nebraska, I'm very active in the transfer portal as far as bringing in what I deem a starter to compete with TJ Latif. Not necessarily just some guys to back him up or emergency, if he goes down, type of situation. So we'll see. There's not going to be too much of a middle ground. If they find a middle ground quarterback that's in there, kind of, hey, I don't even know if that's the way to go. I would avoid bringing in somebody that might come. It's just this very fine line because you want competition, but you don't want quarterback controversy, especially in my mind, with what could be the ups and downs of next year. So it's going to be intriguing one way or the other. There's going to be a lot of ways to break it down, but who they're identifying, who they are targeting early in the portal will kind of tell you. And if it is Aiden Childs, I think that is a name that is kind of in that middle ground, like I was kind of talking about, where he's got enough resume under his belt that he can compete, then but not necessarily be handed the job either. So I think that might be, while it's wouldn't be my first pick out of the portal, if I'm thinking about somebody to compete with TJ without necessarily handing either of them the job, I think that would be one that would make some sense.
All right, Bock, let's go to break, and when we come back, see if we can get this guest on. I don't know, but we're going to talk football when we come back. Bock The Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
It's that time of year when one episode turns into just one more season, when dessert turns into dinner, and time doesn't exist until the clock strikes midnight. Wait, what time is it? It's time to finish strong. At Planet Fitness, we're not waiting for the new year to give it everything we've got. Enjoy 24-hour access at most clubs when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Deal ends December 31st. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We got a guest in the studio, y'all. I don't know if we remember this guy, but let's hear your voice, sir.
Did you miss me? I'm back for 30 minutes. That's it. And we'll see you in a few years.
All right, y'all. We got the captain, Rashawn Jackson, on the mic with us live in the studio.
Everybody stand up. I know y'all juiced in y'all cars to hear the captain back in action. Terrell Farley and Bock. It's nice to see you two guys.
Yeah, nice to see you, man.
Guys are looking great.
You looking great. You're getting stronger. You boxed me in. I ain't had no choice, but
I did too, huh?
But to stand my ground.
Well, you didn't.
Stand your ground. You got dragged all the way over there.
I was gonna say, Bock, did he stand his ground pretty good?
I think he gave up after a minute.
So what I didn't want to do is make that Achilles pop again.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I really didn't
trust.
want to
It is healed.
Yeah,
it's healed.
No surgery. No surgery.
It's healed. No matter if surgery or not. Guess what? It's healed.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Captain, we talk about football all the time.
Of
you know,
course.
me and you still have these conversations.
Every blue moon. You don't like me, but okay.
What is your take on this Nebraska situation? First of all,
be specific.
Let's talk about the Riola thing.
Whew. That's what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket. I go back to Ricky Williams and New Orleans Saints. They gave up everything for one, and it cost them everything. And I think sometimes in this climate, this is not professional football. It didn't work in professional. It will not work in college. You have to foster an environment of competition. Simple as that. I mean, we ran Danny Kaelin, gone. How many quarterbacks have left after the doctors? I'm saying after or before. How many quarterbacks have we got rid of?
Flores,
or have left?
What was it, Flores or
Flores?
Dalen Kane.
What's the other guy who started a couple games for Matt Rule? He went somewhere else on the West Coast. His brother was out there. Purdy.
Yeah.
Who else? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the big one to me is missing out on recruiting Jet Tamala because the Raiolas, because he had Dayton Raiola on board.
Well, and
Kelly wasn't.
Well, nepotism is real.
Yeah.
It's real.
I think it shakes up the whole process of recruiting because when you know that Dayton left, we kind of figured Dylan was going to leave. I mean, it wasn't a magic, pulling like a rabbit out of the hat trick. We knew that part.
Yeah.
But when you talk about now, let's talk about the running back position.
Sorry, but the Rowlers had the facility in the chokehold. They had him in a headlock. I'm just saying that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then when the writing started, when Dylan got hurt, just to go back and then you can go to that. When Dylan got hurt, then reality set in. Uh-oh, what are we gonna do now?
They panic.
They hit the panic button.
Yeah,
they hit the panic button, and that's a whole.
And what happens when somebody panic? They pack up and move.
Well, see, in this climate,
yeah.
Hey, thanks for the $6 million. I'm just talking. I just threw that number out. $7 million. We'll see you later. And we're on to the next. I think they're on to the next best thing. Or here's the real problem. If you're another institution, given Dylan's track record, do you take a chance on him? That's the question.
I think you have clauses in his paperwork
we're professional now.
Yeah, I think it's professional because you get paid like a professional. I think you have to have clauses in his contract. I need this certain amount of things out of you. Here's my question when I talk about Dylan: broken leg,
fibula,
mm-hmm. Gaining weight. How much willpower does he have to to do that rehab like that, to get back in top physical
He's got
shape.
a lot of money.
And
He's got a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, I know that part, but
that's the reason.
This is the same person we listen to every day in Matt Rose telling us how Dylan changed himself over the period of the summer. That was a lie. I'm just saying.
Listen, none of that matters. I think Dylan's a good quarterback, okay? None of that matters when he has been sacked more times in 2 years than anybody, right? Don't he lead the league in sacks in 2 years? He need the most sacked quarterback in the NCAA football in 2 years? I think so. I'll go on the record and say 50. He's been sacked 50 plus times in 2 years, Bock. Anybody want to test me? Test me.
You're right.
Okay. So if he's been sacked 50 plus years and his uncle is the offensive line coach, well, something's got to give at some point. And at what point do you say, is the reflection on the coaching staff for allowing the Riolas to put them in the headlock? Who's the reflection on? Because you went out and got a 3-star and you let a 5-star Jet Tamala could turn into 4-star, okay, whatever, get recruited by Alabama, who is at this junction a better football team than you are, a better program.
Yeah, significantly.
Yes. So if a better program can come in your backyard, get a guy who has dreamt all his life to go and play for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, what does that tell you?
I don't know. I mean, we're
tells you you're not recruiting the top guys at the position despite where they're at.
But you also knew the track record of Dylan Riola when we recruited him. Went to 4 different high schools, committed to 3 different colleges, or backed out of one, went to another one, left them at the last moment. So he's not really a believable asset when I talk about that, because now he got up and left us after 2 years. Indeed, he should have left.
Why? Why? Why would he leave?
We're not putting him in the best situation to win.
So, but if they're going to fire offensive line coaches and do this and do that, they're actively trying.
Well, you know, when we hear things around Lincoln, it's Dylan and the quarterback coach. They wasn't getting much out of the quarterback coach.
First of all, in the last 5 years of having a quarterback coach, you can't tell me what the quarterback coach's name is. Who is it?
Glenn Thomas.
Perfect. Tell me one thing that got better from Glenn Thomas being here in Dylan Riola's game from last year. I'm waiting. What?
Nothing.
Exactly. So you got an offensive, you got a head coach, you got an offensive coordinator, and you've got a quarterbacks coach. Let me go back one more time. Head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach. You mean between 3 people that's getting paid super money, no 3 could have got to Dylan Riola to get him to play better? And you mean to tell me that when the time came for us to have a backup USC game, we didn't have a plan for our backup quarterback?
Nada.
Do you think that the plan that we had against USC and that we had with Dylan Riola at the helm will work with TJ Lateef at the helm?
How many times TJ Lateef been sacked?
Not very many.
Not very many. How many yards did Emmett Johnson have rushing?
Oh, a ton.
So does that make Nebraska have a bad line when you look at the numbers that Emmett had and the times Lateef been sacked?
Here's the difference. I'm glad you said that. Emmett Johnson makes so many people miss in the backfield that it makes the line look great. When they actually block, shoot, Emmett is gone. And I'm not saying that I thought that the line got better, me personally. Yeah. I thought they got better as the season from last year to this year, they got better. To me, that was the bet. That team got better than any other position. Emmett's a one-off. Your backup 2 running backs that got in the game. Have you seen one spark of greatness?
No.
You ain't seen a spark. To me, the best running back Guess who the best backup running back we got is right now? And he would be my starter right now. It would not be the two guys that they've been going, Mosey and what's his name? Makai?
Nelson. Yeah.
Nelson. It wouldn't be those guys. It'd be 22.
Quentin Oz?
No, not at all.
Williams?
Yeah, you'd be my kickoff return guy.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? They can't do that because he's a walk-on from Lincoln High. So if he is your starting running back, keep in mind, we was here. Emmett Johnson was leaving, wasn't he?
It was.
Okay.
I like this one.
Go ahead.
0035 said, we are a mediocre program. He tried for 2 years. We are still a mediocre program.
We are.
Yeah.
Here, did you guys talk about the whole, when Matt Rose said the program was dead?
It wasn't dead. That was his part.
Y'all heard it, though. You heard that, right?
Was it
Yeah,
dead?
basically they're not rebuilding, reshuffling.
What do you call it when you got your third defensive coordinator in 3 years? What are you talking about?
I think when he said that, he probably said it the wrong way. But
you gonna defend him?
No.
Misspoke. He's misspoke.
If we can let a guy like Mike Riley come in here and do 9-3 with a bow team, Mike Riley probably could have went 10-2 if we had a better coach. If we had a better coach than Mike Riley, probably could have been 10-2.
Oh, a better coach than Mike Riley.
Yeah.
Well,
they could have won more with somebody else.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm glad I came and stopped you guys for this matter. It's not going to matter who you go get in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I don't care how many 5-stars. You ain't going to get that 5-star because if a 5-star is leaving his team, he's leaving for a reason.
Money.
Well, Dane Key, if he don't have a big bowl game, he might not get drafted high at all.
He won't.
My point is, but he had over 1,000 yards at Kentucky. So is the grass greener on the other side? But here's my biggest caveat. Why can't we develop players? What is it in us? Who's Coach Rule's best player to date? And you can't say Emmett Johnson.
Right now?
From the time Coach Rule got here and staff till today, give me the top 5 players in Matt Rule's tenure.
Ja'Cory Barney.
Perfect.
I say John Bullock was a good developmental story.
Whoa, John Bullock was already here. Doesn't count.
You said that he brung in?
Yes.
Probably Nazir Hunter.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, make sure you blocking this, Bock. Nazir Hunter. Who else you say? Ja'Cory Barney.
Shavers.
You're talking a true freshman.
Shavers.
And a transfer guy. Who?
Vincent Shavers.
You putting Vincent Shavers as the best defender out there?
Now,
I would give you Sierra Wright.
William Noeli.
Yeah, Sierra Wright would be a good one.
Sierra Wright.
Is Noeli arrived yet? Has he made it on campus?
Yeah.
When's the last time he had 3 sacks in a game?
Well, he
ain't made it here yet.
He's still a work in progress.
He ain't made it.
He's still a work in progress.
He was a work in progress when you went and got him from the school you got him at.
No, he didn't do anything at Missouri. So I think he has a better chance of really developing. And just to see some of the flashes that he showed us, he needs to work on it, being an every down guy.
I agree with that. He also has to put some weight on. But here's what you still, Bock, you might want to help Terrell right now because I want to know, aside from the 3 guys that he named, I'll give him all 3. Give me 2 more guys in Coach Rule's tenure that you would say is a baller or his top. Give me the top 2, number 4 and 5 player. Who would you say?
As far as development goes?
Yeah, as far as good goes.
Well,
like they're there. Who?
Yeah, over the last couple of years. I mean, you'd have to give him a little bit of credit, maybe. Like you said, it depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at guys that he just brought in, that's going to be tough. The transfer portal hasn't been the greatest, though. There's been some names there.
Development hasn't been the greatest either because they've been transferring.
But I just said like Ty and Nash developed.
You
under
can't
his
count
wing.
Ty and Nash. They were balling under the other regime, under Scott Frost and them. Can't count them.
I don't know if they were balling.
They were starting.
Yeah.
Andrew Marshall.
Yeah, that's a good.
Is he a true freshman? Or is this his second year? Redshirt freshman.
He's a junior. He's a transfer.
Oh, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Terrell, you were a one-off, right? But when you came to the University of Nebraska as a superstar out of JUCO, Out of the top 11 guys, when you step foot here, how many of them you were better than? Like ready to go. I'm talking Terrell Farley that was the starter. I ain't talking Terrell Farley that had to develop into it over time. I'm saying you might have been better than a couple. We'll say Twilliger, maybe a couple other guys, but you wasn't better than the whole team.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
I've never seen a JUCO guy come in and he's better than all 10 other guys that he's starting with. That means there's no development. And until Coach Rule and company can develop guys from ding to dong, you're going to see us be a middle-of-the-pack team.
All right. You got one more in you?
I do. For
All
you.
right.
And Bock.
Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket with our special guest, the captain. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's that time of year when one episode turns into just one more season, when dessert turns into dinner, and time doesn't exist until the clock strikes midnight. Wait, what time is it? It's time to finish strong. At Planet Fitness, we're not waiting for the new year to give it everything we've got. Enjoy 24-hour access at most clubs when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Deal ends December 31st. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
He lost his baby.
I lost my baby in a pool game. And I know.
He knows.
And I can't go home.
He can't go home.
I said, I
know, I can't go home.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
He lost his baby.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
And I know. And I can't go home. I said, I know, I can't go home. Okay, Terrell.
I lost my baby in a pool game.
He lost his baby.
I lost my baby in a pool game. I lost my baby in a pool game. And I just can't go home.
There it is.
Yeah, I lost my baby at a pool game. Hey, have y'all been doing that?
We do it every once in a
but
while.
not like that, though.
It's not like the original. No.
Yeah, we try to do it. We try to do it. We probably
good.
just do that like every 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
When Bill asks for it, Bill the ones that loves it the most. So,
Bill like it?
Yeah, we have to give Bill and Bennett. He loves it.
Who's all in Vegas?
Nobody's in Vegas right now.
Who's
Jake,
going to Vegas? Anybody going
Jake
to Vegas?
and Nick.
DP is landing there at some point.
DP's going to Vegas.
Yeah. DP and
Nick,
Jake and Nick.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna hold the fort down and
Yeah.
have our own New Year's party here.
Put it down.
Yeah, we're gonna have
We should have a party up in here.
Yeah, we're gonna have one at
I think DP lets just have a big watch party. We get a DJ. I'm saying you might as well call and ask now. We get a DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice, huh? You got the meal.
A watch party?
Watch the game party.
Oh no, I'm gonna be watching the playoffs.
Huh?
Later on that night.
Yeah. We're at 2:00.
2:30.
Well, we got
Pre-game's at 12.
Okay.
Pre-game's at 12.
Okay.
But
hey,
what are your thoughts, VJ, on the bowl game, by the way? We have you here. The Utah obviously comes in 2 touchdown favorites, but Kyle Whittingham's jumping from the Utes to Michigan. Nebraska's going to be without Emmett Johnson. We learned today without Deshaun Singleton. Utah without their Outland Award winner, without a couple other guys that might be predicted pretty high. What are your thoughts on this game? Can it salvage the season for Nebraska?
It can. If they can find a way to beat Utah, I think it can salvage the season because it says it gives them something to look forward to. You go into next season on a high point.
Yeah.
Not on the low. No. Now, you get bombed by more than 13.5, which is a point spread. That's going to be a different type of offseason. To think about that, you know what, whooping, for 4 months, it could sting. And so I think you have you got a chip in the chair. Ain't that what they say in poker?
Oh, yeah.
You got a chip in the chair. That means you got a chance. It's a long shot, but you got one. And I think if they go out, I think TJ Lateef is going to have to use his legs, like I've been saying for a long time, in order for us to win. And then offensively, your offensive coordinator is going to have to say that what's his name? Help me, Bock. Offensive coordinator.
Dana Holgerson.
Dana Holgerson.
Yeah.
And the fun and gun Holgerson offense cannot work the same way with TJ Lateef as it did with Dylan, even though it didn't work with Dylan. I think if you really look back, had we run the ball more often with Emmett, I don't think Dylan goes anywhere because we're winning football games. But we put the ball in Dylan's hand and said, hey, Dylan, go ahead and make some couple of bad decisions and win it for us. No, the guy who to me was the superstar of that team is not there anymore. If we do not run the ball in this game, and I'm talking about have some guys who can make some guys miss, in this football game, it's going to be a long night because I don't know necessarily that we're going to allow TJ Lateef to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, I mean, somebody has to step up out of that group. I mean, because if you look at the statistics from these three guys, none of them had more than 20 carries in the whole season. None of them had over 100 yards rushing together in the whole season. I mean,
that's a problem.
That's a problem. That's not developmental, but it's not guys getting into the games long enough when you have a guy come in for 1 play, 2 plays, 3 plays, 4 plays. Then it's different guys every other time. Never been a solidified number 2 guy on this roster yet. So we still looking at 3s and 4 guys who now our number 1 guys not even playing.
You always got to prepare the next guy as if he's the first guy. And we didn't do it. We didn't do a good job of that, I don't think. We didn't prepare because, again, when he went out of that game, you should have threw that playbook down on the ground and pulled your TJ Lateef playbook in and said, here's my TJ Lateef plays. But if you don't get the practice and you don't get the reps in practice, it's kind of hard to say, let's do this in the game and him be effective. So hopefully in these 3 weeks, even though he hasn't practiced, but hopefully in these 3 weeks, Dana Holgorsen, coaching staff have figured out a way to put him in a position to win. And for Pete's sake, do not let Heinrich Harburg run the bootleg without telling him to run to the pylon, run for green grass. Don't run to get tackled. And so to me, I don't put Heinrich in the game and have him do that. I put Heinrich in the game as an extra fullback. I put Heinrich in the game when I want to run bootleg. I don't put Heinrich in the game and make him go take a snap at quarterback because you got TJ Lateef who could have ran that play and probably would have walked into the end zone. So I hope that we have a game plan for this Utah team. I hope we have a game plan for TJ Lateef. And I hope that one of those running backs, whether it's Nelson, I hope they give all the guys an opportunity to win the position versus kind of, how we've been doing it around here, nepotism. I said it. But so lastly, defensively, we brought in a lot of, didn't we bring in a defensive line guy that's from the NFL? Who's like an analyst?
Dave Tolson helping.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How much do you think we're paying him? I don't want to know. All right. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Hopefully he's teaching those guys how to shock and shed and get off of tackles or get off of blockers. Hopefully he's telling those guys on defense, the defensive coordinator, which leads me to say this to you, Terrell, and you too, Bock. Where the heck is Snow been this whole time? Because during his interview, you would have thought he had it all figured out. He knew it all. But hadn't he been on the coaching staff for the last year and a half?
Yeah.
Threw the whole program up under the bus.
Threw the whole program under the bus?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Would you go back now? Would you get James Williams again?
At this juncture? Absolutely not. You don't put old wineskins in the new wineskins. Listen, man, this man went bad on us. Right? He went completely bad on us and then went and pooped on himself at Florida State. Why would we ever move on?
What did
new blood?
What
Let's
did
get
you
some
think
new
about
blood.
the John Butler firing?
First of all, John Butler shouldn't even have been the defensive coordinator in the first place. Period. He didn't do anything when he came here to be the safeties coach, but there's a reason why your defensive coordinator, who was the best coach you had, left for Florida State. Because you put Coach Snow in his room and you put John Butler in his room, who ultimately were spies. Because John Butler got the job, Coach Snow still there. So at what point, first of all, who made the decision to go get your defensive line coach? Who made that decision?
You would assume Rule.
You would assume.
Yeah.
He signed off on it. So what's going on with those decision-making skills and processes that allows us to go get mediocre players and coaches and parade them around as they're fantastic. They're amazing. What's his favorite word he uses at the press conference?
Elite.
Elite. Now you tell me if these guys are amazing, fantastic, elite, why we playing like that? Why is one person on that football team been elite? Huh? Who's the one elite player we had on the team? I'll say two. I'll give Sierra Wright his props because he had to play out of position.
I think Nazir Hunter did pretty good.
Okay, three. I like Nazir Hunter as
now
well.
We're starting to get elite, though, confused with elite. Right? Yeah.
But
I think he's
pretty
good.
elite.
I think
there's none of elite.
No elite.
No, it's
Other
one
than
elite.
Emmett was elite.
Emmett was elite.
Okay.
Any other elite players?
No.
What's the next tier from elite?
Good.
Is it good?
Probably great.
Okay, let's go great.
Okay.
Okay. Who's a great player?
Again, those are some of the names you might be able to bring in. I
You want to
wouldn't
go to
do
the
it.
next row?
Yes, go next row.
Good.
Good. There you go. There you
Okay,
go.
now,
Yeah.
who? Now who you were saying? Isaiah,
Hunter,
Pritchard. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So
then we got okay.
Who's okays?
Cam Linhart, Vincent Shavers.
Right? So then there's a fair.
Yeah.
And then there's below average.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the fact that we're even talking about we got players below average is a problem.
Yeah.
Fair is a problem.
Yeah.
Because on our football team, the fair players, how many fair players do you think we have percentage-wise?
At when?
Nebraska when we play. Fair.
Probably. Out of how many?
Out of 140.
Probably 40.
Okay.
And they was just walk-ons.
I'm not saying I was a great player, but I was a doggone good player.
Yeah.
Doggone it. We had a lot of good players like me.
You started. I wouldn't put you at fair.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
All right.
93.7
Appreciate
the
y'all.
ticket. Bock the Blackshirt with special guest, the captain. You may not never get this ever again. You hope so one day. Me
One
too.
day.
93.7 the ticket. We out.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855